correct cables came in for the light curtains.
Good.
And we're still waiting on the cables, for the long cables for the servo.
So I'll just go through and explain what this is, and then I have a picture of the layout, or it's an idea of the layout that we could have inside the cabinet, and we'll get to that, but I won't care if it changes. We got 208 coming in from the plants, 2 phases here, going to this transformer that's located on the side. This is on the right side, this is that wart. And this makes 240, so I just drew it up, but we don't need to change it.
It's one with all the wires.
Unless we want to label the wires or something. Yes, all those wires hanging off the bottom. I don't know, I would like to see if we can ground it, because you usually want to ground one end of a single phase transformer. But these parts here, this 240 and this common from this, go to this next page. And they come in here like it is, and this is the disconnect that exists, where you can turn the knob. We can use these fuses that exist. This 120 transformer is that blocky thing at the bottom, sort of on the right. This is all fine. There will be fuses to go to this and the other ones. We have a heater control. There's a line going to the safety, which enables these servos. This is the 240 for the servos. And so I'll update this label here. And this will be indexer.
And you call that a safety lead?
Safety what?
You said that one lead going over there is called a safety?
I'll show you what I mean. We have 240 going through this fuse.
Yeah.
And then going into the next page here. This is that safety relay. Here's 240 coming in here. This is usually not closed if the safety is not okay. And then we get 240 safe, and this powers the servo safe 240.
When you say servo safe, what's that mean?
That means the servos have 240 volt inputs, but we turn them off if someone breaks the safety circuits. So
the light curtain.
yeah, the light curtains
Oh,
and the
okay,
e-stop.
okay. Sorry if I sound
No,
angry.
no,
I am
that's
angry
the
when it
point.
comes to electronics.
I understand that, but also, I'm like stuck in it, so I don't know what people do or don't know. So please interrupt me. So we've got that going to the safety. There's a 24 volt power supply that already exists in there. That can run off of 240. It says so on it, so I would rather do that. Because right now it's hooked up to 120, but like we'll just put it in with the other things. Okay.
At what point do I get the 3-phase to run the vacuum pump?
We're not doing that at this moment,
Okay.
but I can add something. We don't have 3-phase going into the panel, so I didn't include that. It's right now it's hanging outside.
If I have to, I'll run 3-phase to the panel.
Okay.
I
I mean,
can run 3-pole.
adding that is not a problem, but I didn't do that yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's not a big problem.
No, I don't, it's just another contact. I'll just add a page, it will not be a big deal. So safety works like this. And I'll skip this for a second. We'll come back to this. We've got
I can't see.
We've got 120 volt solenoids, right? With extra groovy things, and these labels will all have to correspond with the valve labels that we had on the HMI. So it's like the last thing to figure out in this part. It's just exactly what these are. Some of them I know have a time delay thing. It's not necessary because we can control it with the PLC. We can just control it directly, but I'm thinking like after this, we may go over there and just check it out for a little bit. finish this part up and label these valves correctly. It's like, you know, we got the.
Yeah, I can see some of it's got,
Yeah, you got our
technology from the RF machine.
Yeah, you got our suppressor, it doesn't have anything.
That must be some of the guts they
Yeah.
pulled out of, when John Ferber did one of the RF
Yeah,
machines.
okay.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
These labels are taken from the old program,
Right.
so
Right.
I just needed something to type in there.
Yeah, okay.
But like, go out there and just replace them with what exists for real. These are the relays contacts controlled by the PLC, but we'll get to that. Okay, these are the 120, this is 24 volts, but that's the control for it. It can still take 120. Alright, so then we got 24 volts DC. We're running the HMI off of that. We're running the Ethernet switch, that safety relay, the remote I/O rack, and then power for all of the sensors. Like right now, you got some Proxes on there. That kind of thing needs 24 volts, and this will go to that.
Well, those proc switches that are on the machine right now, they're being eliminated.
Are all of them?
Oh, we probably still need one for the
But,
stamping.
Jeff, that's also, those can also just be auxiliary if you end up putting the switches for the, for the roll run out at the end or anything that,
No,
now we all,
sensors for.
sensors for anything would run off 24 volts and we're just putting that in the drawing right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the proc switches right now on that stamping unit.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just there because we don't have the servo.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
So you're probably gonna see that again, but we'll just get rid of it. And then we have 24 volts for the servos. Then this is just like smart power so that they communicate, but not like working power. So you don't want this to turn off if your safety goes down, because then you lose communications.
Okay.
But you do want to turn off the big power to the servos or anything else like that. You know, like the 240. And then we got some more DC distribution. Here's our light curtains. That's the transmitter, right light curtain transmitter. And then we've got the receivers. And these are wired in to control these relays here. This is a relay control symbol. So each one of these has two channels, which is normal safety stuff, and they both go to their own channel, which closes two relays. This one, when it's good, closes two relays. When the e-stop is good, it closes two relays. Now I'm going to jump back. When the left channel's good, on the light curtain, closes this relay contact. The right one closes here. The e-stop closes this. That's like loop 1, and then loop 2, because there's always two loops in safety for redundancy. That's this. It's the alternate side. When all of this is good, then these connections are made right here, that to that, and then this, if this is closed, resets safety and turns it back on. And this comes from the PLC.
I see a lot of 24 volt, and I know you guys have reassured me over and over that we've got a lot of filtering, a lot of protection now against RF interference. Because RF does not like 24 volt.
No.
Relays aren't very sensitive to that kind of thing. The RF is too fast for a relay to respond to.
Okay. Well, it's good to know if you hear that from somebody that knows what they're talking about anyway.
And then this is all in the panel, like just short wires in the panel. We're not running this outside the panel it's not long runs at all. So it's just,
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
anything that might be affected by like a signal cable is gonna be shielded from the RF anyway.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, it's still safe.
it's all a little bit wait and see, but in theory it should be fine.
Everything's always a little bit of that, because, you know, then you gotta add ferrite or something, but
It should be far enough.
I don't
away. It should
expect-
be far-
Yeah, if the machine is far enough away from the RF, we shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, I've never even turned
But
it
off
on
in the
to two.
future, if we ever move the machine
Yeah.
nearby.
I don't, we're,
I think it's unlikely you have a problem with relays. If anything, it would be Ethernet communications, but that's all shielded too and differential. We'll have to but I don't expect an issue. got a little remote rack power unit and communications here. This is 24 volts, and that came from this remote
If you
rack.
wanna take a seat right there, I'm just standing, cause I've been standing for too long today.
You have some numbers or something?
Yeah, I had another one recently, but it's not affecting me right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, a couple little more things. Alright, so safety, light curtain status, so that we know if someone breaks it. Can't just have that going just the safety relay, so I also have it coming to the PLC so that we know if someone's got their hand in the light curtain, it will say so. And then on that main screen it said light curtain like left okay, like there was a button or an indicator, and that's what these guys are for, so that we know what's up with the safety system. We've got proxies here, so I guess a bunch of these are going away. We'll have to make sure that we know. These are prox switches, 24 volts, common, signal. Terminal inputs for the PLC's input here, so that you don't have to wire directly to it, I don't like that. And then, yeah, what, you have to figure out a list of these names, actually, these prox names, if you're keeping any of them.
Yeah, we'll take, when we go out there, we'll take a look at what sensors are actually gonna stay and what's going on.
Yeah.
That would probably be the best thing for us is, if you're gonna give us a list, is we'll get in there and actually mark it, put tags on things that need to go or things that need to stay.
Well, all the wire numbers are coming out of this too, or no?
Yeah, this generates the wire numbers, so that's like this, and this, and that. It'd be really good if these were labeled inside there, unless they're very, very short. Cause that's how you can like get around there and know, what's not connected or whatever.
Makes it really easy, if you're looking at the print, and you say, okay, 203, you look in the box, it says 203, you know exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah, and if you see 203, or let's say 206, then I know that this means page 2, line 6. Page 2, this is page 2, line 6, so that's where that starts, 206 there, right there. Just to know, just to let you know like what this means. This is 207, and it's page 2, line 7. Page 2, line 34. Same thing with the fuse numbers. So that's how you can like know what components are which. Alright, just a little bit more of this. Outputs. We got relays for each of them, because this is a 24 volt output, that if you put relays there, then you can control that 120. These link, these control these guys. These contacts close when those relays close. So that enables these solenoids. And then one of these is the ultrasonic weld interface. So I'm going to look at that for a second. But other than that, we got 8 of these things. This one resets the safety. It's a spare. Probably are more spares. Now that we're not using every single one of them. You know, if we have a little bit of extra space, that's good. And the last thing I have is, I looked up the different like relays and fuse blocks and whatever else garbage that we were picking out, and I drew them in. This panel size I believe is correct. This is like a very approximate version of where these wireways are and where this transformer is. But all of this stuff that was in here, that was all the old system, and that's all going away, so we got all that empty space. I'm thinking maybe if we could put a thin rail like here and mount this stuff on there, this is that remote rack, got some input terminals to go from here and here. If this was like, it could be up a little bit, and then there was a DIN rail here, then all of the sensors could come in here, get power, get input into this, and we'd be able to measure anything we need. It's like here, or maybe a little bit up around there. We've got 24 volts, 24 volt common terminals. There's the ultrasonic relay control. So, overall, what's happening here is 240 in from that side panel, 240 disconnect, fuses, then that stuff comes in here, and these smaller fuses will distribute the power. These are those kind of little flat guys that have the little push pins,
Oh,
the
yeah.
little bridges that you can jump
I have
together.
them running. Good.
So we can get
Well,
like,
kinda like an automotive, but it's just a little bit bigger.
I think so. I mean, I've seen it a lot.
They got the two
Yeah, two,
sleeves on them.
but you can get like up to like 20 positions if you want. So we just gotta figure out, yeah, I think I know, like I want a 3 and a 4.
Okay. Then you're gonna give me a parts list of stuff I need to
Yes.
order to get?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'll get that done after this. Just wanna make sure we, get the labels right on some of these things. But otherwise, I already picked these out, so just gotta make sure we buy enough. I'm pretty sure this is gonna do it though. Alright,
So
so,
that's definitely what we wanna do, is make sure that everything you think you might need, even if it's a little bit extra,
yeah.
on hand before we start cutting wires.
That's why I didn't wanna send you anything, Jeff, to order, to confuse you, to order a bunch of stuff first, and then look at this and say, oh, we didn't order this, this, and this. I wanted to
Yeah.
send you one list of complete stuff.
That's fine, yeah.
So, 240 in here, through that disconnect, through the fuses, into these fuse blocks to distribute.
Mhm.
3 servos will get, oh no, sorry, then one of this goes to the safety relay. I already changed my mind, I don't want this there. I want to keep all the 240 on the right side of the screen. I may be messing with this a little bit. So this has got 240 in it because that drives the servos. It turns them off in case there's a safety problem. So 240 coming in here, going back out to here to drive each of the servos. There's like one position for each of them. Then there's a fuse for 120, and that will go out and distribute to yes, the output relays controlling those valves that are 120. So something will come here and then turn these on, and then this controller will turn these relays on to enable the different valves. This supplies power. They should come back and return to this terminal block, which also will go to this transformer. And then there's also going to be some 24 volt distribution here, and this will power this remote rack, Ethernet switch, and basically, as I have it drawn here, this happens over here. So I don't really, guess I don't know. Well, this DIN rail here is really short, but we can make it longer. The only thing here that I like, especially, is that if you cut it down the middle, there's no 240 over here. You only have, a hand safe 24 volts.
Yeah.
This is normally how I see things. Or if people get really, really safe and they cage this stuff off, but I don't think we need to worry about that. We don't have a lot of Jews coming in here. But in general, you do want to keep them sort of separate so that you don't actually touch something.
No, I like that. I like that practice. Try to keep the voltages separated as much as possible.
Yeah.
And you said you're gonna have to tweak this a little bit.
I would just
because
tweak
we
it.
got 3